The next few years could completely reshape the way you look at money, your values, and even your relationship with food. Hello Pisces Rising and welcome to my new video. If you're new to my channel, my name is Alexandra and I am a professional ISAR certified astrologer. Today we're talking about a big shift. Saturn, the planet of discipline, time, structure and karmic lessons, has entered the sign of Aries and your second house in May 2025, and it will stay there until April 2028. The second house is the house of money, personal values, and food. So what can you expect? First of all, this is a big relief for you because Saturn has finally left your sign and the first house. While it was transiting your first house, it must have been challenging and uncomfortable, but this is now shifting. The focus is on your finances and you have some lessons to learn here. For example, your financial situation can change. You might need to cut the unnecessary costs and approach your finances more responsibly. There might be a reduction in your income even, or you might start feeling that what you have is simply not enough. And this can push you to look for additional sources of income. Saturn in the second house can also bring the need to save money. However, with Aries here, it could be challenging because it's the sign of Saturn's fall. My second house is partly in Capricorn, and while Saturn was transiting it, I was extremely disciplined when it comes to money saving. But that's only because Saturn is extremely stable in Capricorn, because it rules that sign. With Aries in your second house, you'll need to make an extra effort to stay consistent and responsible in this area. But remember, your discipline will be rewarded because Saturn is not there to punish you, but to teach and help you grow. On a more positive note, Aries is the sign of new beginnings and action, while Saturn represents time and strategy. The next 2-3 years are great for you to set long-term financial goals. You can ask yourself, what could I start today that could benefit me in a few years from now? You could also build a completely new relationship with money. You may ask yourself, how was I treating money in the past? Are there any lessons that I need to learn? With Saturn in your second house, probably. If you have any debt, this is the time when you might have to return it, which could significantly impact your wallet. Saturn will want you to take the responsibility and do what you are required to. So don't try to escape being or avoid being responsible with Saturn being in its fall. The second house is also the house of personal values. So this is the time when you might question them. Saturn could trigger you to rethink what truly matters to you and how much you value yourself. This is particularly important when it comes to your income. How much do you charge for your services, or how big or small is your salary? Saturn will push you to think about this. Remember that the same bottle of water can have two very different prices. One at the local supermarket and a completely different one on board of an aircraft. So are you in the right place? Also, Aries is the sign that exalts the sun. Maybe it's time to boost your confidence in this area. It's also important to remember that Saturn rules time. What kind of relationship do you have with it? How are you using it? Are you wasting or investing it in good and meaningful things? Think about that with this transit. The second house is also the house of food. So you might change your diet and cut off the ingredients that don't serve you. Saturn represents fasting and Aries is the initiator of new things. So you might start practicing this. It could also be the intermittent fasting or any type of food reduction that could help you lose weight and stay fit. Again, think about what you can start today that could benefit you later when it comes to what you eat on a daily basis. With Saturn in its fall, consistency could be a challenge, but if you endure, you will be proud of the result. Overall, this transit could be great if you use it consciously and in the best possible way. Thank you so much, Pisces Rising. If you found this video useful and inspiring, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so you never miss a new upload. Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next one.